When you think of Santa Claus, what comes to mind? A jolly bearded man in red and white riding a sleigh pulled by reindeer. But do you know where this iconic image comes from? The story begins with Saint Nicholas, a 4th century bishop known for his generous gifts to the poor. In Germany, Odin riding a flying horse inspired traditions like hanging stockings at chimneys. The modern Santa Claus we know today started to take shape in 17th century Britain, depicted as a well-nourished bearded man in a green robe. But what about Mrs. Claus, the woman who keeps Santa well-fed for his annual journey? Surprisingly, Mrs. Claus was a creation of poet Catherine Lee Bates in the poem Goody Santa Claus on a Sleigh Ride. All thanks to Mrs. Claus, who keeps him well-fed for his annual journey. The modern Santa Claus we know today started to take shape in 17th century Britain, depicted as a well-nourished bearded man in a green robe. As traditions evolved, so did Santa's image. The 19th century saw the commercialization of Santa Claus with reindeer, an idea sparked when the Sami people brought reindeer to Alaska. This concept was popularized through partnership with department stores like Macy's. The iconic red suit that we now associate with Santa Claus wasn't always a staple. It wasn't until the 1930s that the Coca-Cola Company, through their Christmas advertising campaign, solidified this image in the public's mind. In today's world, Santa Claus is more than just an image or a story. He has become a part of the global holiday tradition. Every year, the North American Aerospace Defense Command, better known as NORAD, tracks Santa's journey around the world, adding a touch of magic to the holiday season. But here's a question. Why do parents perpetuate the myth of Santa Claus? It's a question that's been asked time and again, and one that's provoked both introspection and debate. One perspective comes from Austin Klein, a writer and scholar who's delved into the heart of this tradition. Klein proposes that the Santa Claus myth is an embodiment of the season's spirit of giving and goodwill. He suggests that Santa serves as a symbol, a personification of the joy and generosity that define the holiday season. Moreover, he posits that the myth of Santa Claus encourages imagination, allowing children to engage in a shared cultural narrative that transcends borders and generations. But Klein also presents a thought-provoking question. Is it not possible that kids would find the holiday just as exciting and magical without lying to them about Santa Claus? It's a question that invites us all to ponder the essence of our traditions and the true magic of the holiday season. From a generous bishop and a flying horse to a jolly man with reindeer, the image of Santa Claus has evolved over centuries. The tale started with Saint Nicholas, a 4th century bishop celebrated for his benevolence, and Odin, a Germanic deity whose equestrian travels inspired the custom of hanging stockings. The portrayal of Santa Claus as a hardy bearded figure in a green robe emerged in 17th century Britain. And let's not forget the invaluable Mrs. Claus, the brainchild of poet Catherine Lee Bates, who ensures Santa's well-nourished for his annual expedition. The late 19th century saw the commercialization of Santa Claus with reindeer, thanks to Sami people who introduced reindeer to Alaska. A pivotal moment came in the 1930s when Coca-Cola's Christmas advertising campaign gave Santa's image a significant boost, resulting in the beloved character we recognize today. So next time you see Santa Claus, remember the fascinating journey and evolution that brought him to your living room and the magic he adds to the holiday season.